It's a bit of a, I wouldn't say complicated situation, but there's kind of a number of things going on. So the NBA domestic violence policy, as most of you know, is doing their own investigation. That policy does govern his punishment or suspension or what may come of it. The administrative leave part, as I understand it, can only be done by the NBA. So it's a bit where I think we need to be respectful of the process here. We've obviously had our conversations with Terrence, done as much due diligence as we can on the situation. But at this point, it's a matter between the NBA and the union. I think, sometimes that may feel a bit unsatisfying, but I think that we need to be respectful of that process as well. We've spoken at length with Terrence, multiple people in our organization. Obviously, we wouldn't make the decision if we weren't comfortable with the information that we had. Obviously, it doesn't preclude us from having new information come out in the future for us to make a decision. But, we felt we were thorough on our end. You know us, we take this incredibly serious. There's no basketball issue that would ever, prevent us from doing anything. Well, yeah, I think from the jump, we took care of Fred, which I think was, as we had stated, was our top priority. I think in a different world, we would have kept the two bigs, but I do think, it was an incredible luxury to have those two, and we thank them for obviously everything they accomplished. They were huge parts of winning the championship here. But I do think, we're really excited with Aaron. He's as accomplished, not only in the NBA, but internationally as well. And it creates a great opportunity for Chris Boucher to step into a more consistent role. Yeah, I think you really understand the meaning of being part of a team and relying on each other, not only for, playing the games and getting to the arenas, but now it's, our collective health, our collective well-being. And so I think that sense of belonging and unity is really important, for a time like this where everyone feels like we have each other's back, and we're all looking out for, the greater good. Yeah, you said it. Going into every camp, there's a bunch of known, and so we have a lot of familiar faces with guys returning from last year in significant roles. I think the obvious one is at the center position with Aaron and Chris, and Alex as well. So I wouldn't say it's an unknown, but we'll just see how they fit. I think there's we go through this every year, but I think that's what we're watching. And then the young guys, having the 2 draft picks and having a first round pick for the first time in a few years, Malachi, but also Jalen Harris, who we took in the second round. So there's excitement and there's a newness to that we haven't felt in a while, and so we're excited. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a different challenge. I think thinking back, it was about 3 months. I think probably what got shortened a bit was that typical postseason rest period where guys can, just take time off, both mentally and physically. But as everyone started to get a sense of the timeline, I think everybody ramped it back up pretty quickly. So I'm not as concerned from that, but I think that shortened recovery, we'll see. And as the schedule comes out here, we'll have to, just be mindful of that. Yeah, as most of us know, our guys are creatures of habit. And so I think creating that routine, we're staying in a hotel that's directly across the street from the arena. They can walk to the games, they can walk to practice. So I think having that, taking away a bunch of the uncertainty about getting to the game, pre-game routines, that's all, I think, built into what home court advantage is. As far as having fans, I don't know if we've decided yet, and we'll obviously let everyone know where we finalize that. But I do think, it's a city that doesn't have an NBA team. So, to the extent that they want to adopt us as their team, that'd be great. And yeah, I think that's important, is that, we chose Tampa. We wanted to come here. And so it wasn't a situation where we were, directed here. But I think the things that you can imagine. So obviously the arena, we needed to have arena that, could handle NBA games. We wanted to have a practice facility. We wanted to have medical facilities. We wanted to have, living situations that were comfortable for everybody. So I think those are at the top of the list. We love it. We saw some of that as soon as we announced, and we're ready to dive into this community. So anything that you guys recommendations, like I already got a coffee shop, so we're excited to be here, and we look forward to developing a relationship with Tampa.